What do you think about DevOps? What is the difference between agile methodology? What is DevOps? To improve the efficiency and the quality of software development, delivery, and deployment. A group of activity and approaches called DevOps combine software development with information technology operation ops. Okay, okay. DevOps is a practice that emphasizes on collaboration and communication for both the software development deployment operation to focus on delivering software product faster and lower the failure rate and release. In your experience, what is the advantage of DevOps? This question is subjective and depend upon the personal experience. However, many common advantages are fast software release, improvement collaboration between the teams, and reduce failure rates. What is version? What is a version control in DevOps? Version control in DevOps is a system that record changes to the file or set up a file or over time so that it can require specified version data. Why use version control in DevOps? Version control is used in DevOps to track and manage changes to software code. It's allow multiple developers to work on the same code base without overwriting each other changes. That is continuous integration. Continuous integration in practice where the developers integrate code into a shared repository frequently, preferably several times a day. Immersive learning synchronous. Okay, this question. How DevOps different from the agile methodology? DevOps is a culture that allows the development and operation team to work together. This results in a continuous delivery, testing, integration, development, and monitoring of the software throughout the lifecycle. Operation team, development team, new code continuous deployment, production environment, continuous monitoring. Agile is a software development methodology that focuses on iterative, incremental, small, and rapid release of a software amongst with the customer feedback. It addresses gaps and conflicts between customers and developer. Customer plus software requirement. Developer plus tester. Operation entity. Oh. DevOps address the gaps and conflict between the developer and IT operation. Oh, mhm. It's like agile methodology. There is a gap between the customer and the developer. There is no link of the operation team and infrastructure team, but in agile methodology, there they there will be no gap between the developer and the operation team. Our customer is totally different. Mhm. Which of these are the most popular DevOps tools? The most popular DevOps tools include Selenium for testing, Puppet for infrastructure as a code, Chef for infrastructure as a code, I guess, Git version control, Jenkins for CI/CD, Ansible for infrastructure management, Docker for containerization. What is the different phases in DevOps? The various phases of the DevOps life cycle as follows. Plan. Initially, there should be a plan for the type of application that need to be developed. Getting the rough picture of the development process is always a good idea. Now, code. The application is coded as at the end of the user requirement. 1 minute. I guess I have. Not sure where. What is the tool here? मैंने कहीं सेव किया था I see it somewhere. Website career flow. Okay, no worry. We'll focus it. Code and application is coded as per the end user requirement. Build the application by integrating the various code formed in the previous steps. Test. This is the most crucial step for the application development. Test is the application and rebuild if necessary. Integrate. Multiple codes from the different programmers are integrated into one deployment. Code is deployed into the cloud environment for the further usage. It is ensured that any new changes does not affect the functionality of the high traffic website operation. Operations are performed as the code is if required. Monitoring application performs and monitored changes are made to meet the end user requirement. Mhm. So integration here is plan, code, build, test, deploy, operate, monitor. That is a complete DevOps. Development plus operation. Mention some of the core benefit of DevOps. The core benefit of DevOps as follows. Technical benefit, continuous software delivery, less complex problem to manage, early detection and a fast correction of defect. Business benefit, faster delivery of features, stable operating environment, improved communication and collaboration between the teams. Nice, nice. How will you approach the project that needs to implement DevOps? Nice question. How will you approach a project that needs to be implement DevOps? Okay, first will be the planning, of course. The following standard approach can be used to implement DevOps in a specific project. Okay, stage one, an assessment of existing process and implementation for about 2 to 3 weeks to identify areas of improvement so that the team can create a roadmap for the implementation. Stage 2. Create a proof of concept. Okay. POC is proof of concept. I thought point of contact. Proof of concept is a process of gathering evidence to support the feasibility of the project. The project manager performs a POC in the early stage of the development before committing too much time and resource to a project. Oh, in DevOps, a proof of concept is an experiment that demonstrates the visibility of the project, product, service, and a system before it's fully finished. The POC is a typical performed by a project manager in the early stage of the development. The goal is to show that the project is feasible to client, stakeholder, and a product team. A POC can help identify technical or the logistical issue that could affect the project success. It can also lead to a company revision and Hmm. Point of contact नहीं होता. Okay. Once it is accepted and approved, the team can start on the actual implementation and roll out of the project plan. Stage 3. A project is now ready to implement DevOps by using the version control, integration, testing, deployment, delivery, and monitoring. Monitoring followed step by step. By following this proper step of a version control, integration, testing, delivery, and monitoring, product is now ready for the DevOps implementation. Mm, nice, nice. So it's like first you have to analyze, okay, uh, in the existing process, what we can improve, what not, what changes we can make, what not, which things are not required, which are necessary. Stage 2 is a proof of concept. Once the proof of concept is approved, then actually start the implementation roll of the project. Third, now ready to implement it with the version control. Now from here, sir, from third stage, the pipeline will start. Mhm. What is the difference between continuous delivery and continuous deployment? Okay, so continuous delivery, continuous deployment, and continuous. Uh, okay, this continuous delivery and continuous deployment. Mhm. So ensure code can be safely deployed to the production. Continuous delivery. Continuous deployment. Every change that passes the automated test is deployed to the production automatically. Mhm. Ensure can ensure business application service function as expected. Make software deployment. Okay, let's ask this. Okay, continuous delivery is an extension of continuous integration as it also automatically deploy all your code changes to a test and the production environment after that build stage. This means that one on top of the automated testing, you have an automated release process. You can deploy your application anytime by clicking a button. However, the deployment to the production is a manual decision. Okay, continuous on the other hand goes on one step further that continuous delivery. With this practice, every change that pass all the stages of your production pipeline is released to your customer. There is no human intervention and only the failed test will prevent the new changes to be deployed to the production. It is an automated process trigger as soon as the code changes pass to the necessary test. Oh, now I got it. Now I got it. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Paint. I have one more tool, but मेरे को भी मिल नहीं रहा. Okay, so uh, continuous delivery ना. This one is continuous delivery. So CD इसमें क्या होता है? कोड लिखा, हेडर चेंज करना था. Continuous delivery में extension of continuous integration. So as soon as change, uh, you make any changes. Okay, pipeline run हुआ, everything pass, and the code is working fine. Okay, but it's a manual task. Okay, someone will verify, then they will deploy. Okay, there will be human intervention. They will deploy, then only it will deploy. But continuous delivery may what happen? You write some code, there will be a test. After test, if everything okay, it will deploy it. The end user can use it, but here end user can't use until unless they deploy. So this is continuous delivery, continuous deployment. Nice, nice. Okay, one more time. So ensuring continuous delivery to the production. Every change that passes the automated test deployed to the production automatically. Ensure business application and service functions as expected, make software development and release faster and more delivery. Every changes to production like environment through the rigorous automation testing. There is no explicit result for the developer and required a developed culture monitor. Continuous integration, version control, automated build, continuous delivery, staging, deploy test environment, verify to performance testing, etc. Run, build and test code. Okay. Continuous delivery, manual approval required. You see, continuous delivery manual approval required होता है, but continuous deployment में there is no manual requirement, automatically deploy हो जाता है. So till now I have done project, so it was continuous delivery or continuous deployment. Need to think on this one. Okay. For the end user access, डिलीवरी में मैनुअल अप्रूवल चाहिए, डिप्लॉयमेंट में देयर इज नो मैनुअल अप्रूवल. दैट्स ऑल. व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ कॉन्फ़िगरेशन मैनेजमेंट इन DevOps? enables management of and change to a multiple system. Enable management of and changes to a multiple system. Standardize resource configuration, which in turn manage IT infrastructure. It helps with the administration and management of the multiple servers and maintains the integrity of the entire infrastructure. Like Terraform, CloudFormation. These are cloud services. Okay. Today only I got to know. Let me tell you. You use Terraform. Okay. Terraform registry.io. If you go here, you will see Alibaba Cloud, Azure. Oh, I guess this will be rotate, because when I was learning this one. When I opened this website in the afternoon, Azure was here. Now it's here. Oh, okay, okay. See, AWS as of now. But the documentation, see, you'll get everything here, every code, Terraform. Okay, and when to use Terraform? Yeah. So if you want to use any of these service, okay, AWS, Azure, Alibaba, or Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, Cloud, GCP, Kubernetes. Okay, so you can go with the Terraform. But if you want specifically using AWS, then you can go to AWS Cloud Formation. See, AWS Cloud Formation is a service provided by the Amazon Web Services that enables you to model and manage the infrastructure resources in an automated and resource secure manner. Is the cloud developer can define same as a Terraform only, but only specific to AWS. Simple. Proof of concept. How does a continuous monitoring help you maintaining the entire architecture of this? Oh, okay. So basically, it can predict, not predict, uh, failure. It will prevent from the failure. Continuous monitoring and DevOps process of detecting, identifying, and reporting a fault. Yeah. So, process detecting, identifying, and reporting any fault or a threat in the entire infrastructure of the system. Ensures that all service, application, and the resources are running in the server properly. Monitor that state of a server and determines if the applications are working correctly or not. Enables continuous audit, transaction, transaction inspection, and a control monitoring. Mhm. Nice, nice. What is the role of AWS in DevOps? DevOps are the following role: flexible services, provide ready-to-use flexible service without to need to install or set up the software. Build a scale you okay, you can manage a single instance or a scale 1,000 using AWS service. Automate AWS let you to automate tasks and process, giving you more time to innovate. Secure using AWS identity and access management. You can set up permissions and policies. Large partner ecosystem. AWS supports a large ecosystem of partners that integrate with an extended AWS service. Name the three important DevOps KPI. Key point something KPI. Key point full form. Key performance indicator. Okay. Mean time of a failure recovery to a failure recovery. This is the advantage. Time taken to recover from the failure. Deployment frequency, the frequency in which the deployment occurs. Percentage of failure deployment, the number of times a deployment fails. That's KPI, key performance indicator. Okay. Name the three important DevOps KPI, key performance indicator. No? Meantime, your failure recovery. Okay, it's easy to recover from failure. Deployment frequency. You can deploy your changes frequently. Percentage of a failure deployment. The number of times the deployment fails. Nice. Okay, explain the term infrastructure as a code as related to configure management. Write code manage configuration. Re- Writing code to manage configuration, deployment, and automatic provision. Manage data center with machine readable definition file rather than a physical hardware configuration. Okay, let me tell you the difference. Why infrastructure code is important. Okay, just imagine uh, you need to set up one server, 10 servers. On that, you have manually go. You went there, you done the configuration, you make some changes. Okay, now, now, now you have list. Okay, you make some changes, you install all the required software, you done the configuration. Okay. Some after few after few months or a few days only, you went on a vacation. Some other developer came. Okay, now he want to make changes, but how he will know? Okay, of course documentation will be there, but all 10 changes might be required only one server changes, so it will be difficult to identify. Okay, so that is why infrastructure as a code is required actually. Ensuring all your servers and other infrastructure components are provisioned consistently and effortlessly. Administrating cloud computing environment, also known as infrastructure as a service. Mhm. How is AIAC infrastructure as a code implemented using AWS? Started by talking about the age-old mechanism of writing command into script file and testing them in a separate environment before deploying. How this approach is being replaced by the infrastructure code similar to the code written for the other services. With the help of AWS, infrastructure code allow developers to write, test and maintain infrastructure in titles in a descriptive manner using formats such as JSON and YAML. This enables easier development and faster deployment of infrastructure changes. Hmm, this DevOps gained prominence over the last few years. What is the fundamental difference between DevOps and Agile? Okay, Agile DevOps works scope only agility, automatic needed along with agility, automation needed along with agility. Main priority is time and deadline. Quality and time management are the key priority. Main source of feedback customer. Main source of feedback self tool used for monitoring. Practice like Agile, Kanban, Scrum, etc. are followed. Process and practice like continuous de development, continuous integration, etc. is followed. Release cycle are usually matter is smaller. Release cycles are smaller along with the immediate feedback. Only developer agility is present, but the operation and the development agility is followed. Nice, nice. What are the anti-pyramid patterns of DevOps? Patterns are the common practice that are usually followed by the organization. An anti-pattern is a form where the organization continues to blindly follow a pattern adopted by others but does not work for them. Some of myths and about DevOps include cannot perform DevOps have the wrong people. DevOps production management is done by developers. The solution to all organization problem is DevOps. DevOps is equal to process. DevOps is equal to agile. Cannot perform DevOps organization is unique. A separate group need to be made for DevOps. Oh, I guess. What is the benefit of using version control? No need to tell. Describe the branching staging stages you have used. Release branching, feature branching, task branching. Hmm. Can you explain the shift left to reduce failure concept in a DevOps? Oh, this one is new. Shift left and is a DevOps idea to improve security, performance, and other factors. Let us take an example. If we were look at all the process in a DevOps, we can state them security is a tested prior to the development step. We can add security in a development phase, which is on the left by the employing the left shift method will be depicted in the diagram. We will integrate with all phases including before development and during testing, not just development. This most likely raises the security level by detecting fault at an early stage. Oh, blue-green deployment pattern. This will be the last question. What is the blue-green deployment pattern? This is the method to continuous deploy that is commonly used to reduce downtime. This is where traffic is transferred from one instance to another. In order to include the fresh version of the code, we must replace the old code with a new code version. And a new version exists in a green environment and the old version exists in a blue environment. After making changes to the previous version, we need the new instance from the old one to execute new version of the instance. Oh, it's like whatever the changes you made, okay, deploy into the green deployment and the previous version will be in a blue environment. Okay, let's bookmark this one. Uh, option will be there. Yeah. Reading something. नहीं है. Okay. If you want to become the good at system design, then learn this case story. How Amazon has achieved 99.99% durability. Point. Let's open this one. How durability. It's nice, yeah. So,
I mean, robots can do heaps of complex things these days. So what is stopping them from ticking a simple checkbox? Well, the box is a newer version of a system that used to be called CAPTCHA. CAPTCHA, completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. You might remember they used to look like this.
yeah, कैसे कर ले रहे हैं लोग इतना? Okay guys, getting sleep. कल मिलते हैं.